I said hi?
I will do that.
You know, one of the casualties of this virus is you don't get to see people in other states anymore.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's holed up. He lives and holed up in Texas. He said he's coming up.
Sounds good. You're going to kick things off, right? I know that. I know.
Hi. Sam. Oh, Jim ILA.
How are you, Jim? Nice to see you, buddy.
Harold Daggett.
I just was on texting with him.
Thank you.
He's headed over to get a COVID test.
Yeah.
Is Herbie still coming or not?
Born and raised in New Jersey.
Me too.
Where are you from?
Well, my parents, I was born in Newark. My mom and dad grew up in
Oh, yeah. Middletown. Not as nice a street as the governor, but
It's all nice. Good, how are you? Nice to see you. Everything going? Yeah? We working out our issues on our ramps. I agree, sir.
Okay. Sam, we're ready to go?
Good morning. Why don't we all get started? So I'm Sam Ruda. I'm the Port Director for the Port Division of the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey. So welcome to the Seaport. Being here today is a reminder that 64 years ago, in 1956, the first ship to load truck trailers departed Port Newark, ushering in a new era in what has evolved into the global container shipping industry. Made in New Jersey could not ring more true. Today, as we navigate through the COVID-19 pandemic, the Seaport has remained open and on many key metrics is thriving. Container cargo volume hit new records in August and September. And then speaking of navigated COVID-19, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the exemplary leadership of Governor Murphy and his team through these difficult times. Thank you, Governor. As you scan the landscape around us, you see not only one of the largest container port complexes in the world, but also a robust auto and bulk port. In these difficult times, we have a great deal to be thankful for. Yes, the record volumes make for good headlines in the job growth and growing economic impact associated with the Seaport is off the charts. But most importantly, it's the men and women who work at the Seaport day and night, without whom none of this would be possible. So I do want to acknowledge the men and women of the ILA, our people that work at the terminals, the railroads, the trucking industry, and many others that are making this port a success. It is my pleasure now to welcome the Governor of New Jersey, the Honorable Phil Murphy.
Thank you, Sam. Love you, buddy. Thank you, Sam. Give me a sec here to get myself organized. I'm in distinguished company. Sam and I also share a hometown in Middletown, so I wanted to get that off my chest. Sam, thank you for everything you do, and to your colleagues. Good morning, everyone. It goes without saying, and I appreciate your gracious words on the COVID reality. It goes without saying that we're continuing to do everything we possibly can to push back against the current COVID-19 pandemic and this second wave, and to save every life we possibly can, especially, as I say, now that the second wave is crashing around us. Another 4,060 positive cases today, 38 loss of lives. 2,320 people in our hospitals. Essex County alone, 355 new cases, 11 losses of life. I'll introduce him in a minute, but there is no better leader right now in this pandemic than Mayor Ras Baraka right here in the great city of Newark. Mayor, thank you for everything you do. So we've got to be able, having said that, we've got to be able to walk and chew gum as a government. So even as we continue to make the fight against COVID-19 the center point of our work, we also continue to work to see that our state emerges from this pandemic with an economy that is stronger, fairer, and more resilient for the challenges ahead. So that's why I am proud to be standing here today alongside our extraordinary Transportation Commissioner, Diane Gutierrez-Scacchetti. We'll hear from you in a moment, Diane. As we already heard from Port Authority Director of Ports, our friend Sam Ruda. Senator Joe Cryan is with us. Joe has been a leader in port matters forever and always. I think we just had the chairwoman and budget chairwoman and assemblywoman Ileana Pinter-Marin. Ileana, great to have you. We're in your district. Thank you for having us. The aforementioned outstanding mayor of Newark, Ras J. Baraka. And if that weren't enough, the outstanding mayor and another dear friend of Bayonne, New Jersey, Mayor Jimmy Davis. Bless you. We know that safe and modern transportation infrastructure is key to our future economic health and success. For decades, New Jersey and our ports have been arteries through which so much of our nation's commercial lifeblood flowed. But new competitors emerged who sought to take the business from our ports, and we knew we had to fight back. One of the thrills of my governorship was cutting the ribbon on the newly raised Bayonne Bridge, a project that was necessary to ensure the new generation of cargo ships could make it into our ports. We are now able to note the benefits of that project. After all the numbers were tallied in 2019, and as Sam previewed, continuing throughout 2020, we are proud to say that our ports are the busiest in the entirety of the East Coast and are topped nationally only by the Port of Los Angeles. And I would say, Los Angeles, look out. And even in the midst of a pandemic that has slowed so much of our global economy, our ports have remained strong and resilient, continuing to operate at full capacity and keeping thousands of good union jobs in place. Despite the economic slowdown, total 2020 traffic here has been off from 2019's record high by only 4% through September, and the expectations for a strong fourth quarter mean we anticipate making some ground back. And this has not happened by accident. It's happened because of the partnerships here at the port that keep this place running strong. And for that, I must recognize another guy up here with us, International Vice President and Business Agent, ILA Local 1233, the one and only Herbie Hall. Herbie, thank you for speaking on behalf of labor today. In absentia, some guys I was exchanging notes with this morning, President of Atlantic Coast District for International Longshoremen's Association and ILA, International Executive Vice President Dennis Daggett, Vice President of Ports and Local 469 President at Teamsters Fred Potter, New York Shipping Association President John Nardi, all of our friends in the associations and our brothers and sisters in labor. Christine, I see you out there. Thank you for stepping in. Jim, God bless you. Al, is that you? God bless you as well, so thank you. I also want to say Harold and Dennis and I went back and forth, Herbie, last week, and I want to lift up the memory of Bernard Dudley, who we lost. He was General VP Atlantic Coast District. We lost him, and I want to make sure we keep him in our prayers. And so today I'm honored to extend New Jersey's partnership in that august group in keeping our port strong and our economy poised for growth. Through Diane and the Department of Transportation, I'm proud that we're currently undertaking not one, not two, but three critical infrastructure projects that will make access in and around our ports more efficient. The early stages of the replacement of the Route 22 bridge over Chestnut Street, Joe, and Union Township are already underway. What currently carries traffic is a 90-year-old span that is structurally deficient and functionally obsolete. Its replacement is not just a matter of improving traffic flow, which it will do, but of improving safety. Secondly, we're prepared to break ground, I believe, Diane, in late spring 2021 on the reconstruction of Route 27 from DeHart Place to Route 21 here in Newark. If this weren't enough, we are closing in on the completion of the replacement of the Whitpen Bridge that carries Route 7 over the Hackensack River, connecting Jersey City and Kearney. This span in particular is vital to enhancing port operations as it is part of the broader $700 million Portway Corridor program. That program also includes the construction of a 2-mile connector road that comprises the Route 1 and 9T New Road project, as well as the Fish House Road Pennsylvania Avenue project, both of which will greatly improve traffic flow to and from the port's warehousing facilities. There are federal funds that are part of the Portway Corridor program, and I must give a shout out to our delegation, and in particular Senator Bob Menendez, who's been a real champion for these improvements. So these projects are critical to our economic recovery, as they will support good union construction jobs now, in addition to supporting the long-term prospects for good jobs here, again, overwhelmingly union jobs at the port. Together, these projects will mean that cargo can get to and from here faster and more easily, and making New Jersey an even bigger draw for shipping, so we can remain as one of the nation's most important ports. And they will be a part of the stronger and more modern infrastructure that will fuel our state's economic recovery and resiliency, not just as we work toward the end of the pandemic, but for decades to come. New Jersey has long been one of our nation's most critical corridor states. As I've said many times, our location is one that most every other state in America would gladly and willingly swap in for. But we're not going anywhere, by the way, but we cannot rest on the laurels of the past. We have to keep improving to remain on top. It is the hand we've been dealt. We must play the hand. And we're doing just that. The jobs here at the port and the jobs created by the infrastructure projects around us and the new roads and bridges that will be their result are the jobs that will ensure a stronger, fairer, and more resilient post-COVID economy. And they will ensure that the world's economic future continues to flow through the great Garden State. With that, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you the Commissioner of the Department of Transportation, the one and only Diane Gutierrez-Scicchetti. Bless you.
Good morning. Thank you, Governor. I'm happy to be here with you today to highlight the investment the New Jersey Department of Transportation is making in this region to improve the roads and bridges that serve our ports. Port Newark and Port Elizabeth are part of a regional port of New York and New Jersey, the largest port on the East Coast. These ports are critical to the economic engine that drives our economy, moving goods internationally and domestically throughout North America. And what more fitting location than Port Newark to understand that transportation investment is multimodal. As products move in and out of the port, they are on the doorstep of the adjacent freight rail lines, highways, and airports that help us move products to their final destination. I do want to say, if I look over my left shoulder, Governor, I see an awful lot of salt. I just want to mention that as we approach winter weather.
Start brining.
That's exactly right. No brining yet. The New Jersey Department of Transportation has invested hundreds of millions in dollars in advancing projects in the Port District that directly and indirectly support the efficient movement of goods. Whether it is improvements like the Route 7 Whit Penn Bridge project that replaces a 90-year-old movable bridge over the Hackensack River with a wider, safer, modern bridge that will double the height of the existing bridge to reduce bridge openings by 70%, or improvements to the Route 22 bridge over Chestnut Street in Union that will improve an important east-west highway connector in the Port District to create safer roadway for both commercial and vehicular traffic, with a new bridge that for the first time will have shoulders. Anyone who has traveled on Route 22 knows the importance of that given the extraordinary congestion that we deal with on that road. Or the Route 27 to Hart Place to Route 21 that will improve road surface quality, upgrade traffic signalization, and make other safety improvements. New Jersey DOT is committed to advancing projects that will support our growing port business. There are many other projects in the pipeline at DOT that work together to benefit the continued competitiveness of our ports. New Jersey plays a critical role in the region's economy, as well as an economic strength of the entire I-95 corridor. We will continue to partner with our colleagues at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, New Jersey Motor Truck Association, and our partner freight rail operators to ensure our investments and roads and bridges will be able to handle the intermodal freight needs of the future in a safe and efficient fashion. Thank you so much, Governor.
Diane. Thank you, Diane, for everything you do. I mentioned him earlier. He's a voice today in our program on behalf of Vital Voice, on behalf of organized labor. And we are not where we are today, and we will not get to where we need to get to in the future without the strong partnership of our brothers and sisters in labor. I mentioned Teamsters, and I want to say, representing the international, as International Vice President and Business Agent at ILA Local 1233, the International Longshoremen are represented ably today by many, but please help me welcome the one and only Herbie Hall. Herbie? Good to have you, man. Bless you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Governor Murphy, port officials, and other distinguished guests. Thank you for allowing the ILA a few moments to express our gratitude to our labor, port, and maritime champion, Governor Phil Murphy. While we share in the excitement of today's announcement of a major port infrastructure, we come here today with heavy hearts, mourning the loss of my friend for over 50 years and a powerful fixture at this port, Bernard Dudley. Governor Murphy, thank you for the message of condolences to our international president and your friend Harold Daggett when you learned of Bernard's passing. President Dudley conveyed your kind words to Bernard's wife, Laverne. The very thing that we are celebrating today, projects that will be bringing good-paying jobs, union jobs in this area, and help the region's economic recovery and keep our port number one, are the very things that Bernard spent his career working and fighting for. Excuse me. He would be very happy that this work is continuing. So Governor Murphy, Harold Daggett, and his ILA team, thank you once again, demonstrating your commitment to helping our ILA members, men and women, and all working families across New Jersey. ILA is honored to play a significant role in this partnership that will create jobs for our members, keep our state strong, and our economy growing. Thank you very much. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Herbie, and God rest Bernard's soul. I've seldomly had a more emotional exchange than I had with Harold over the passing of Bernard, and Dennis, I have to say as well, so thank you for that. I mentioned him earlier. I don't know where we would be without Mayor Ras Baraka. COVID, first time out, crushed the big metro counties, of which we are standing in one of the biggest, if not the biggest. And it has been merciless as the second wave has hit us. And the leadership the mayor has shown in Newark and the example he has set beyond has been invaluable and extraordinary. So for that and for so many other reasons, we are incredibly thankful for his leadership. Please help me welcome the mayor of the great city of Newark, Mayor Ras J. Baraka.
So first, I'm glad to be joined. Assemblywoman Pinto Marin, good to see you. Senator Cryan, all of the folks that are here with us today. Appreciate you coming out. The governor has been doing, he says I've been doing a great job. He's been doing an outstanding, awesome, consistent job. I just told him the other day, I'm so glad I'm not in Florida or Georgia fighting with the governor every day. I have to wake up every morning and thank God for that. Honestly, but today is a part of that vision that we are here to celebrate, and to be able to invest in a serious artery like the port here in the city of Newark is tremendous. Newark, Elizabeth, all of the cities around here benefit from that. Bayonne as well. Everyone benefits from the development, the improvement of the corridors moving in and out of the port, making ships easier to come in and leave, bringing more cargo in, creating jobs and opportunities for the people in this area. It's tremendous, particularly during a time when people are nervous about their future, nervous about employment, nervous about the economy. The governor has had the vision and the wherewithal to work with the port to be able to invest in these very serious projects. That means two important things. One, that we will recover. Once this pandemic goes, we will recover from this. This is proof of it. And not only will we recover, Secondly, we will recover in a good position because the port is a very, 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 very important tool in the economic toolbox here in the city of Newark and in the state of New Jersey. So I thank the governor for his vision and everybody here today that made this happen and make this day a reality. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. Love you, man. God bless you. Thank you, Mayor. Again, I don't know where we'd be without you, so bless you. I mentioned him earlier. He is has been a leader in the legislature over the years, wearing a variety of hats on at least one occasion, if not more, when I've been making port visits. Joe's been right beside me. So with that, please help me welcome a great leader in our state, Senator Joe Cryan. Joe?
Thank you, Governor.
God bless you.
Thank you, Governor, and good morning to everyone. I want to begin, Herbie, by saying all of us mourn the loss of Brent, who I have to realize, and I suspect you could share more of, the idea that this port, that at one point we were debating its survival, how long it would move, and whether or not it could grow, actually becoming the second largest port in this country was a source of pride for Bernie, and I know, Herbie, for all of you as well. And thank you for that. Governor, I wanted to say thanks for those of us that didn't get the memo that this is outside. Raz, I think we would have taken the Florida-Georgia line for the day. But I wanted to thank the governor for my outstanding parking spot, which is over a couple terminals for those of you that are over there. And the reason I wanted to share, Governor, is because I have an iWatch. Any of you have the iWatch where you walk and you monitor your steps, maybe on your Fitbit? And why do I lean in with that? Well, first off, the chances are is that this iWatch probably came through this port and is part of the economic opportunity that is the Port of Newark and Elizabeth. But the other is that it monitors your heart rate and it monitors your steps and it keeps you on track. It follows the steps. So why share that with you? Well, because this port is the heart and the engine of the economy of this region. And what we celebrate and what we honor today or recognize today is the understanding that the arteries that go with it are just as important. If you stand below the Chestnut Street Bridge that you mentioned, Governor, you literally can see the sky. It is 90 years old and pieces fall off. And I don't mind telling you, Diane, you have been the most outstanding Department of Transportation Commissioner in investment in this port and in this state in a long, long time. I thank you for your service with Phil Murphy's leadership. It's making a difference. But just as the heart of this engine, the heart of the economy rides through Port Newark and Port Elizabeth, we have to monitor the steps. And I'm thrilled to be part of taking those steps today with the investments of infrastructure that matter so much to all of us. I appreciate being here with you, and I look forward to the day that we pass Los Angeles. I don't mind telling you, Herbie, that'll be a great day, and maybe a cheer for Bernie, for Bernard, and those when that happens as well. But most importantly, that we can not use alternate routes so that we fill the circles, but we can continue straight paths so our economic opportunities in this region can continue to grow. Thank you very much.
Oh, Joe, I love that. By the way, there's a shuttle leaving for remote parking at 1:30. Literally, I was driving here myself, I had to say, and I called Dan Brown. I said, Dan, are you sure this is outside? It's raining where I am right now. Never mind cold. Thank you, Joe, for everything, and thanks for those comments. You know, Bayonne is one of the iconic communities in our state. It's got obviously a huge stake in the port success, in the renaissance that we're all a part of. And it could not be led by a better guy, a dear friend, a great leader, the one and only Mayor of Bayonne. Please help me welcome Mayor Jimmy Davis, who's dressed properly.
See, when you come from Bayonne, you don't trust the governor's emails. You dress appropriately. So
That's Jimmy's car right there.
I can honestly say I don't think I have to explain to anybody about 2020 and what we've been through. But the one thing I think, or the two things it has done for us, is that it has shown us how vulnerable our economy can be and how rapidly changing it is. By continuing to do these projects to enhance our port commerce is very vital for this whole area, for the whole tri-state area. I benefited from it over the last 5 years between the Bayonne Bridge project and the 14A Exchange project, which everybody knows global was rapidly changing and growing while the Bayonne Bridge project was going on. So 2 projects going on at one time just proves to everybody, because it's our job, Governor, is to make sure that the ILA and all the ancillary jobs that come from all the work that is done here, that we give them the tools to continue going forward and to continue this state to keep going with our economy and bring us out of this doldrum we've been in. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be coming out of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. So well done, buddy. I love you. Miss you. Thank you, Jimmy. Great words. I just would close with 3 observations, which are, I'm not saying for the first time, but I think they run through all of our comments. Number 1, we are a proud, quintessential organized labor state. We rise and fall on the backs of our brothers and sisters in labor, period. And if you don't like that, then this is not your state. Secondly, we have to, as I mentioned earlier, we got to play the hand that the good Lord dealt us. They gave us this location. It isn't a Democratic notion or a Republican notion. It's the right notion. Play the darn hand we've been dealt. And today's event and the investment that we're all collectively making in our ports are as good an example of that as any that I can think of. And thirdly, and Jimmy made this point, we have to walk and chew gum. We have to battle COVID to the ground and do everything we can, but we also have to make sure we are making those investments and playing the future hand for when we recover, from when we pull out of this. And especially addressing the inequities that while this virus may not have created, it has certainly laid them bare. And we can never see that movie again, as they say. So, from left to right, Herbie, bless you and all of your brothers and sisters at ILA, at the Teamsters, and all the other partners we have. Sam, thank you. I'll see you back on the hood. You're doing a great job running this place. Diane, cannot thank you enough. Mayor, bless you and thank you. Senator, likewise. Mayor, likewise. To each and every one of you, thanks for coming out. Thanks for braving the conditions, and we'll see you soon. We'll take a few questions in a couple of minutes, I think, so bear with us. Thank you all. Love you.
Stay warm.
You too.
Have a
Sam?
good Thanksgiving, Gov.
Yeah, you too. Great work. Herbie, I love you. Joe,
I'll tell Ben.
Thanks.
love you, man.
Thanks, Ryan.
God bless. Yeah, please. Joe, nice to see you. I thought I was waving at you. You good? I'm doing great. Under the circumstances. Nice to see you.
That's good.
Oh, bless your heart. Come on, one more. Thank you. Thank you. You got the coolest mask. I love you, man.